These bookmarks are so cute. Keep watching to see how I created them with my xTool M1 Ultra. This is my xTool M1 Ultra. As you can see, I have two attachments on mine. I have the smoke purifier and the air assist. So as you see here, if you open up the xTool Creative software, you'll just select Create a Project, and then you'll be able to start your engraving process. What I like to do is put my bookmarks on the sticky pad provided by xTool, and that just keeps your bookmarks in place so they don't move around while you're engraving. And then I just line them up straight on the grid provided. That way I can easily line up my text and design to be straight when it's engraving. As you see here, you can just click on the text icon and you have a plethora of fonts that you could use. I just used the basic font that it automatically generates when you press text, and I just typed my channel name, Terza Talks. And I just adjusted the size so it'll match perfectly where I want it to be engraved on my bookmark. After that, you select Object and then you select your processing type. Always use Engrave if you want it to be engraved the whole entire letter. But if you want just the outline of your letter, you definitely want to press Score. And then you'll go into the Easy Set panel to set all of your settings for your engraving. xTool does have a lot of resources on their website where you can look up the material you're engraving and look up the recommended settings for that. I also love to use ChatGPT and just say, hey, I'm using this material. What should my power, speed, and line per centimeter settings be? And it's really, really helpful as well. You can also select which material that you're using, or you can just keep it on user-defined material. I also wanted to show you guys that you can also upload images to engrave and not just use the text feature in xTool. So here I am engraving a cow print, and you can use the magic wand to erase the background so you're only engraving the print that you want engraved. Then I'm going to line it up perfectly on the bookmark where I wanted to engrave. Then you definitely want to go back into the Easy Set panel on each element you add. So here, since I added the cow print, I'm going into the Easy Set panel to make sure the settings are the same as my text that I added. xTool also has the option to add in shapes to engrave to your project. So since I had a little bit of room above my cow print, I decided to put a cute little heart there just to show you that option as well. And then you want to make sure that it says engrave as well and not score if you want that heart to be filled in. And of course, go back into that Easy Set panel and make sure the settings for your heart are the same as for the cow print and for your text. The xTool has a super cool feature where it auto measures the distance from the laser to your material. So the xTool has this orange lid so your eyes are protected from the laser. And as you see here, once I select the distance button, it will auto measure the distance from the laser to the material, and then it'll put the number there for you. Easy. After After that, you'll press process, and then there's an option at the bottom where it has a time of how long it's going to take for the engraving to get done, and then you can just drag the timeline across and you can see how exactly it's going to go across and engrave your design. And then you'll just press start. And then it's going to engrave. As you see here, your xTool does provide a countdown for while it's processing, and that is going to be shown on your computer or on your iPad while your machine is engraving. The time is an estimate, but typically it's pretty accurate for the amount of time it's going to take for your project to be completed. It is recommended not to leave your xTool unattended while it is engraving, just for safety reasons. You don't want anything to go wrong or a fire to start while you're not readily available to stop the machine from going. My xTool M1 Ultra, it does have two attachments on it. First is a smoke purifier, and that is just good for clearing out any debris or smoke that comes from your machine while it's doing its job. If you don't have that attachment, you will have to ventilate your machine out of a window, but since I have that attachment, I can just do everything in-house inside my home. I also have an air assist, and that helps blow cool air onto whatever you're engraving so that it keeps it cool, and it also blows off any debris as well that come from engraving any material that you're doing. I love my xTool M1 Ultra. It's really amazing during the holidays and for gift giving in general because you can make so many customizable gifts for the people you love. And I've made cutting boards, I've made an engraved ceramic pot with the Bible verse on it, I've made coasters, I've made so many amazing gifts for my friends and family, and they always love them so much. So if you guys want to get an xTool, I'll definitely leave a link below for you to get one, and I'll also leave the link for the bookmarks that I'm using in this video. There's so many cool things that you can create with your xTool. It does have an inkjet printer as well that you can print on materials. It does have a cutting option as well where you can cut out vinyl to press on shirts. And as far as the materials you can engrave, there's so many. Obviously, we're doing wood here, but you can engrave metal, you can engrave ceramic, you can engrave leather, and so many more materials. Another really cool thing that it does is foil transfer. So if you have wedding invitations or graduation invitations or things like that that are typically formal and you want to do a foil transfer, xTool also has that option as well. There's also a rotary attachment that you can use for your xTool as well that I have, which I've used to engrave tumblers, and you can also engrave baseballs or anything that's in a circle shape. It's really good for those type of projects. Overall, the xTool M1 Ultra is really user-friendly. There is a small learning curve, of course, with anything, but it's super easy to catch on to. And there's so many tutorials on YouTube that you can watch to help you with any troubleshooting. And I also use the resource of TikTok to see what other people are making so I can try it out. As you see, this machine is super easy to use. If you guys want to see me create anything else with my xTool on this channel, please leave it down below what you'd like to see me create. Perfect, it's done. So after your project is done engraving, I like to take alcohol and wipe it down just to get any of the smudges or any black marks that may be on your material just from the engraving process. And then after it's done, you're welcome to stain your wood. It makes it look really, really professional as well if you stain it, but I decided to keep it its natural wood color. And there you go, 2 beautiful engraved bookmarks. I'd love to see you guys next time on my channel to see what else I create. Bye!